Welcome back to the another tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to talk about bottom navigation bar. It's one of the pattern used for navigation, and as I discussed in my previous lecture, and in the previous lecture we were talking about navigation bar, and in this tutorial I'm going to talk about bottom navigation. uh, and we'll be implementing the bottom navigation and in my application, and I will be showing you how to implement this bottom navigation bar to your application. Okay, so let's go right to the code and let's discover what is this bottom navigation. Bottom navigation is usually used when there are limited number of top level destinations. So as you remember, in my previous lecture I was using app navigation bar, where your top level like the primary destinations were many primary destinations, right? So actually in bottom navigation you have a very limited number of top level destinations, so you can have maximum of from minimum of 3 to maximum of 5 primary destinations. So you cannot have more than 5 primary destinations, whereas in the navigation drawer you can have more than 5 multiple primary destinations, right? And these primary destinations should not be related with each other, right? So there must be like specific destination. So one like this must be like specified to the particular destination, so they must not relate with each other. So each item on the bottom navigation bar displays an icon and an optional text label, same as with the also the for the app navigation bar. So the this navigation allows quick access to the items, and the most important thing is like this navigation, the items are always visible. Okay, so no matter if if you remember in the app navigation drawer, we have to always click the burger button, right? In the menu button, so hamburger menu button. But in this case, the navigation items are always visible. Okay, so this is the one of the benefit of using bottom navigation bar. And this bottom navigation bar is mostly used in this modern application development. So let's go right to it. So we will I have created a pretty much bottom navigation activity. I will also have to declare it in manifest. Okay, so here what I have to do is like I have to create this bottom navigation activity. Okay, so export it to true, and I have to pretty much also declare the intent filter, because it's the main and launcher filter, right? So voila guys, and this is it. Okay, so we have the layout is pretty empty, so we'll be doing all we'll be adding the necessary logic and also implementing the layout here. So let's do it step by step. So yes, this is my empty activity. I have created my empty activity, and just be careful guys, like if you go to the Gradle, Gradle. So you have to be careful that we are implementing the necessary libraries, the greater dependencies for your navigations to work, right? So this is the library that you have to implement. If you have not implemented it, just add these dependencies to your Gradle file, the app level Gradle file. And the strings that I have been using is strings. These are the strings for the bottom navigation bar that I'm using. And so I have also created actually a necessary subfolder for bottom navigation bar, with the necessary fragments. Like these are all empty fragments that I have created. uh, okay, and I will be also implementing some of the fragments that I just previously used, and the layout are pretty similar, so we can pretty much just update the layout. It will be like a cart fragment, so the layout will be looking something so like this. Similarly goes with the offer fragment. Let me just update the layout with this. It's a pretty simple text view, and with the text and the name of the fragment in as updated with the text view. And okay, similar goes here also, reward fragments, and similarly also here as a ticket fragment, right? Tickets fragment. Okay, so yeah, we have created the necessary fragments for our application. Then we have to, yeah, we also updated the layout with the necessary text view that says which fragment it is. Okay, so now let's create also the navigation graph. The navigation graph, let's go to the navigation folder and create the necessary navigation graph resource file, saying it's a bottom mobile navigation. Okay, it's for bottom app bar navigation. Okay, so yes, we have created this necessary. Okay, let me always put the principal starting fragment as a home fragment. Okay, so this will be pretty much my starting destination is the home fragment. And obviously I want to update as a nav home. And similarly I also need a contact fragment, right? Okay, so the similar logic goes also in my content fragment, sorry, content. Okay, I'm not able to use this content. Okay, so let me do it manually. Android nav content. Okay, content fragment, which is I'm pretty much reusing the fragment from the I'm pretty much reusing the contents fragment from just that I had created previously in my previous lecture. So I'm just reusing this fragment, this content fragment. Okay, so what else I have to do is like let me also put the action, because like there is obviously a home fragment has a button which pretty much links to the content button, so it's pretty much navigating to the content fragment, right? And nav content from. Okay, so this is pretty fine. What else, guys? Like let me check for the moment. Okay, let's see. So what else? Like let's go now. Let's So we are pretty much okay, and let's see, I'm reusing my previous fragments, right? Let me see, home fragment that I was creating. I created it in my previous lecture. I'm pretty much reusing the same, like I'm using navigation, find navigation controller to navigate to the content fragment, and which has two possible destination. One is from the navigation, mobile navigation, one is the bottom navigation. Pretty much they are using the same fragment, destination fragment. So now the destination has been defined in the navigation graph. Not yet, because we also have more destinations, like I have to add like cart fragments. What else, like I have let's see what else I have. I have a cart fragment, I have offers fragment, I have reward fragment, I have tickets fragment, right? And yeah, multiple fragments that I created in my previous lecture. So yeah, so here I have the fragments pretty much been defined. Okay, so uh, so now we have to create a bottom navigation menu file. So let's go to the bottom let's go to the Android resource file and select the menu. Okay, so actually it's a bottom navigation menu. Okay, right? So let's go to the menu. Okay, and let's create this bottom navigation menu, and now we have to just have to declare all the necessary items for the menu. So we have navigation home, navigation tickets, navigation offer. So all the menu items is being defined here. So we have a navigation bottom navigation bar with 3 items like home, tickets, offer and rewards, right? So maximum you can have 5 of them, 5 items in your bottom navigation bar, minimum of 3 and maximum of 5, right? So what next? After declaring your bottom navigation, creating your bottom navigation menu, we have to make some minor modification within our bottom navigation activity. So let me go to my bottom navigation activity, and let me see the layout. It's a very empty layout. I have a constraint layout. So here is how we really use how the bottom navigation bar. The first thing is we have to add the ID, which is called container. Okay, then we have to create a bottom navigation view, which is pretty much the width is 0 dp and the height is wrap content. Okay, and okay, let me close for the moment. I have to also declare the ID is like nav view, and obviously it's a constraint we have to so have to declare the necessary constraints. Is bottom to bottom of parent, so this is always because it's a bottom navigation bar, and start to start of parent and end to end of parent. Okay, so this is the constraints are really important, and this constraint bottom to bottom of parent is important because it's a bottom navigation bar is always in the bottom, right? And background is window. Okay, window background. Okay, and let's put some margin. Then horizontal is 0 dp. Don't put any margins. And okay, so here we have to add the menu, and it's a bottom navigation menu that we have recently added, so it will be pretty much like this, guys. Okay, so this is a bottom navigation bar. It's pretty simple to use. And okay, there are some extra attributes that we have to list. Is like label visibility mode, which is labeled. And okay, so we are okay with the situation. And now we also need not only the bottom navigation bar, we also need not only the navigation bar but also the fragment container view, which is going to contain the fragment, right? Is width is match parent, and height is match parent. Okay, and default. Okay, let's see, let me put some id here. id is nav host. It's a navigation host fragment. And let me also assign the we don't need the constant because it's always matching the parent. The only thing we need is also the name, because it's a nav host fragment. So so we have to declare the necessary nav host fragment namespace. So okay, and so we have the default navigation. So we have the default nav host true, and also we have a nav graph. We have to provide the necessary nav graph is a bottom navigation graph. Bottom mobile graph. Sorry, it's a navigation bottom mobile navigation. Okay, so this is the our necessary navigation. So we have so yeah, after we have updated our main like your bottom navigation activity layout, so we have to add also make some minor changes in our logic of bottom navigation activity. So let's make some changes in the logic of bottom navigation activity. So similarly, the logics are pretty much similar with the navigation drawer. App bar configuration. Fine. Fragment is fragment controller. So we have to create the fragment and nav controller. So now we have to create the top level destinations and add them to the bottom navigation bar. Okay, here we create the top level destinations and add them to bottom navigation bar. Okay, so configuration is let's create all the app bar configuration set of nav home. We have nav tickets, and we have nav offers. We have also nav rewards, right? Okay, yes, we have home, tickets, offers, and rewards. Okay, so let's go back. We have created the necessary contents, and then we have to set up our action bar with the nav controller, then bar configuration. Okay, so let's get the bottom navigation view, nav view, and set up with nav controller. Nav controller. Okay, so yes, we are good to go now. On up. So now also we have to add the necessary logic for supporting the navigation up when the user presses also the back button, right? So the similar logic goes here. Get the navigation controller, uh, uh, nav host fragment, and then we return the nav controller navigate up, passing the app bar configuration or super on support navigation up. Okay, so we have to import the necessary app bar configuration. Okay, and what next? Similarly, yeah, I think this is okay for the initial setup. And okay, so let's run the application and see if everything is okay. Okay, I think we missed some certain thing. It's like let's go to the manifest. Yeah, it's working pretty fine. And okay, but the clicks are not working. The necessary navigations are not working. Okay, we will fix it in the moment because we still have not provided the necessary on options item selected, right? So let's go to the on create options menu. Let's inflate the menu, but okay, 1 second, let's me think. No, actually we have to options item selected, return the item on navigation selected, item selected, on navigation destination selected. We find the navigation controller nav host fragment. Okay, so now we must have the navigation working, but still not working. What's the reason behind it? Okay, nav host bottom navigation. Okay, let me check for the so it's our bottom mobile navigation, nav home, nav content. Okay, yes, you know why it's not working? Because of the similar error that we did here before. Here this is a cart, nav cart, nav offers, nav rewards, and nav tickets, right? Let me apply the changes, but you have to reinstall tickets. Okay, now everything is pretty working fine. Because guys, always be careful that whatever the ID that you provide here, you have to provide the same ID also in your navigation. Okay, this must match, otherwise the navigation component is not able to trace your component. I mean, like, to trace your fragment, and so the navigation is not doesn't work properly. Okay, so yeah, we are good to go here, but we still have to create on create options menu. So here we have to create the menu, uh, because we have also to create the settings menu, right? Menu, but for that we have to create another menu item, is like bottom menu. Okay, which will pretty much consist of two items. We have, let's import the namespace. We have a nav card and nav settings, right? So let me close this one, and bottom dot menu, bottom menu, and also we have to pass the menu. Okay, we have to return true. Okay, let's run the application again. Okay, now we have the necessary uh, menu items also here. We have a bottom navigation bar, and also the overflow menu here, but still the click is not working so with the menu. So let's find out why. Obviously the main reason is because nav settings, nav card. Okay, let's see. Am I my graph? Nav, it's okay, let me check the so I'm checking the so if we have this yes, we are missing the obviously we are missing the settings here. Rewards, offer card, home, tickets. Okay, we have tickets, we have reward, offer, card, tickets, offer, reward, card, but we also have the settings, settings fragment. Okay, and this was missing, but similarly we have a nav settings and nav card. Okay, let me check the bottom menu, nav card, nav settings. Okay, must be okay. Let me run again. Okay, so the navigation to the cart is not working. Why the navigation to the cart is not working is because let me see what's happening here is we have everything here, so what might be the reason here? We are inflating the bottom menu. On a destination selected. Sons. Okay. Okay, because here I have a problem here, guys. Sorry for the simple blunder mistake. And now it must be working. Yeah, you have a shopping cart and you have the settings here. You can pretty much go back. Shopping cart, you can go back, right? So yeah, this was the blunder mistake, guys. Okay. I think everything is properly working fine, and hope everything is clear with you guys. So we were able to create a simple bottom navigation bar. It's pretty simple and quite straightforward. Because the most important thing is the navigation graph and the menu setup. That it will pretty much simplify your linkings to the menu items to the fragment. Um, so if your application is pretty simple, then bottom navigation bar is an ideal choice. Okay. um, because it just displays your top level destination pretty straightforward. It's always visible, and like switching between and these top level destinations is very important, and like for the user experience point of view, it's pretty one of the best possible choice for creating this bottom navigation bar. Okay, so you see, like switching between this top level destinations are pretty obvious and pretty simple, right? And this kind of navigation pattern is used mostly in the recent app that we can see nowadays. And thank you very much, guys, and catch you in the next lecture.